It was definitely a frustrating game for you guys. I guess, in your opinion, what do you think was the difference in the third period there?
Yeah, we had the 5-on-3 in the second. We didn't score. They scored in the third. That kind of broke us a little bit, and then we had nothing left. I felt like in the tank after that. It was just empty. Those were the big moments. I think those two big moments in the game, we could have been up. Instead, we were down, and PK was not good enough again today. So it's hard. Yeah, a little frustrating the way we finished. A little disappointing as well, but gotta learn from that. We gotta move on.
Special teams has been such a lifeline for this team as of late. Was there anything specific that just kind of wasn't working on, specifically the penalty kill tonight?
PK shouldn't be an excuse because all the guys who usually kill, they were on it today. So we're not sharp enough lately, giving up goals because of us. And power play, yeah, we lost key guys. Today we had to play with 5 forwards, so it's not easy, having new guys in new position. But that's why it's so important to have a PK. We can trust, and we don't have that trust right now.
I know that it was a long road trip, and this part of the schedule really tough because you didn't have really any moment to rest after the road trip. It was one day and then here. So I guess, how do you balance that moving forward this week? Because I'm sure you want to give the guys some rest, but you also want to get some practice time in too.
Yeah, no, we're going to treat it like we always do, and guys will have a day off tomorrow, and then we're going to go back to work. It's a big stretch for us, especially with a lot of guys out. We can't fall asleep here, and somehow we have to play and get some points till the break.
Hayden Hodgson on this last road trip was scratched for a game and then has come back and has recorded a couple of assists since then, scored the goal tonight. What have you thought about the way that he's kind of responded from that game?
Yeah, a little bit better, but overall I think he's one of the guys we need more. We got him for a reason, and I know it's not been easy for him after he got hurt, and I know he wanted more, but again, those are the guys. The guys who are around a little bit longer than others, those are the ones who, end of the day, have to be the leaders. And right now, yeah, he's just doing okay. But we all know he can be better. So that's something on him, and that's something on us that we have to work with him and try to get the best out of him.
I know we've asked you this before, but you've been around for obviously a long time in hockey, just anywhere, and your team struggled at home, and it just seems like they just haven't been able to finish at home. What do you think? Is there anything to that, or it's just circumstantial that it just hasn't worked out in front of fans in Ontario?
It's we're not patient enough. I feel like the guys want to do more than they have to here, and I think they forget about doing their own job. And if you want to try to do someone else's job, it's not going to work that way. And on the road, there's no pressure. We just play our game, and it's more effective. And that's what a lot of guys don't get here. You got to be patient enough, and we are not at home. So that's the answer.
I know you need some more scoring out of your lineup moving forward with different guys out. A couple forwards that I'm sure you're looking to is Martin Chromiak and Frankie Pinelli. And last year it was around this time where Chromie kind of started to put it together. Frankie, I know the scoring hasn't come for him yet, but this could be maybe a time where he gets some minutes that he could try to turn it on as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, forget about the minutes, but those are big opportunities now, and for a lot of guys, especially on D, or even some forward guys, it doesn't matter. I think they all want to play more. Every player wants more ice time, right? And but those are the times now to show up. And if you don't, then I'm sorry. I just have to go with the guys who gets the job done. And but it's a learning process for some of them. And look at Chromie; it took him a long time too, and we're still not done with him yet. So we're going to be patient enough again, but. there's different things. It's up to the player, and games like today, it shows how things change in a hurry, right? If you don't stick with it, and if you get out of sorts. So that's something. Again, we can talk about it forever, but that's something we just have to get better at.